All right, today we have a very special guest, my good friend Ocean. How's it going, Ocean?
I'm good, bro. How's everything, man?
Not too bad. Trying to stay sane during this whole epidemic,
Yeah, man.
but
I feel you.
yeah, but I think the beauty of it, if we can find any beauty in it, is that we can kind of connect like this in a way that we normally were so busy and it's difficult. Like this interview is long overdue.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's good that we can actually like have time for this kind of stuff. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your YouTube channel, and what it is that you are about?
Yeah, so I'm Ocean. I got a YouTube channel called Ocean where I do videos on basically my life as a music producer. Sometimes it's tutorials, sometimes it's literally just me making a beat that day, sometimes it's vlogs, but it's all kind of around my world and around music production.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, I kind of want to speak about that today because I'm like starting a segment on this channel all to do with YouTube marketing. Like my audience is predominantly entrepreneurs who have they aspire to basically do similar to like what you've done, really. They might have a different product or a different service, but they aspire to do a similar thing. So my first question is like, what were the first steps that you took when you were starting your YouTube channel?
Um, Honestly, it was just trying to find a rhythm for videos. I knew I had to be consistent, but because when I was just starting out, like I was just getting my feet wet with editing, with making a thumbnail. So in the beginning, it was just me trying to find my way, trying to find not only like my workflow and how to make all of it happen, but also just like my style, my voice on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in the
yeah.
beginning, it was just a lot. I would say I sacrificed a lot of quality for the quantities just so I could get my workflow going, just get everything kickstarting and moving.
Okay, so that's a big barrier for a lot of people, like
Hmm.
trying to make the perfect video, and especially for you as well, doing like music. I can
Yeah.
imagine like the mental barrier of wait, should I put this out when you were first beginning? Like, did you have a lot of that, or was you literally just like, "Do you
Um,
know what, I'm just gonna put it out"?
Kind of, but I know that I'll say in the beginning, yeah, it's really important that you just upload and you have to kind of get rid of this perfectionist mindset because that's what's going to stop you. You have to really just get used to it. And the only way you do that is just by keep doing it and doing it. And the beauty as well is in the beginning, there's not a lot of, you're not going to have a massive following unless you're bringing people from other platforms on. So it's going to be okay to try new things and see what sticks. It's not going to be so harsh. It's different like if you had 1 million subscribers and then you want to do this, then pivot and do that, then do
Yeah,
that. You're
yeah.
going to mess around with your audience. But in the beginning, you can be free to just figure it out, I
To
guess.
just figure it out as you go. I think that's something that's super important. We've got Raven who's just come on.
Okay. Hello. All right. Cool.
Hey, it's
What's
Raven.
good,
Just
man?
setting up. I'm just setting up.
So yeah, so we literally we're just finalizing like introductions. So Raven, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do?
So what do I do? So I'm Raven, also known as Geeksensi across the platforms. I am part of a trio called the Cyber Nerds, and our platform is all about nerdy topics that goes from movies, games, and comics.
Okay. And like these guys have been like super humble in their introductions. But you know, Ocean, your channel is doing extremely well. Just hit, what is it, 200K, or is it like,
Yeah, just hit the 200, bro.
or is it 2 million? I don't know yet. It's
Love
always
it.
going up.
Cheers, man.
Love
And
it.
then and Raven and the Cyberners, they not too long ago hit 100K. Where you guys at now?
We're in 109.
109K. So
Nice.
yeah, these guys are doing really well on the platform, and you know, I thought it would be great to get them on today because we're speaking. This is a different audience than you guys are kind of used to. Like we're speaking to entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are like trying to use trying to understand YouTube, how it works, how they can use it for their business kind of thing. So my first question to Ocean was, what were the first steps that you took when you were kind of starting your YouTube channel?
Oh man, our first steps. It's, you know what's, it's mad, yeah? Because obviously for us, when we started uploading to YouTube, and we was really driving it, it was a weird time. When I say it was a weird time, I mean, YouTube in itself was going through some changes. So imagine the YouTubers was on the platform for quite some time prior, Cybernerds managed to jump in. The way YouTube worked was completely different to when we jumped on. So when we jumped on, there was like all these changes being made. I guess YouTube was also trying out new things. Obviously, the platform was getting bigger and bigger. More and more people were creating content. And as a business model, it only made sense for YouTube to be making those changes. So we was trying to figure out while changes were happening, So, man, I would say every 4-6 months, we was changing our approach. We was trying out different shows. Some shows stayed, some shows didn't stay. They might have lasted for like a month or two. And we were just learning on the go. There was no one to tell us, this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong. And we was really like pushing it. And, 1,000 videos in, I guess that kind of shows, why like we was just trying so hard.
Yeah, I mean, like that's no easy feat, 1,000 videos, and I think the common theme between you and Ocean is that just you don't really know what you're doing at first. You kind of are just you have an idea, but you're kind of just putting stuff out there at first and finding your feet, figuring out what you like, figuring out what's going to work and what's going to resonate, kind of thing. My next question, I'm going to throw it to Ocean, is what were kind of like some of the biggest difficulties that you had when you first started off, and how did you overcome them?
Some difficulties. I'd say honestly, it was just getting the initial amount of viewers, trying to figure out how I can actually build an audience from scratch, because I'd say for a very, very, very long time, I was putting out videos and they were literally not getting any views. It was just being uploaded to the platform and nothing was happening. So I had to learn how to be a bit more engaging with my audience. How to not just put a video out there and leave it like that, but actually build a community around it. So I have people wanting to come back and watch the videos. So I guess, the biggest difficulty at the time was just making my content better, but not just like in quality wise, but literally making the actual content engaging enough so people would come back. And then I think once I kind of started to figure out, just have an idea of what people like, what people didn't want to see, then things started progressing a bit better than like just right in the beginning.
Okay. Going on to Raven. So what were the biggest obstacles that you faced when you were like starting out, and how did you overcome them?
I think the obstacles is like Ocean's saying as well. Like, it's just, because obviously numbers plays a big part, and and you always, because you're putting so much hard work into it, you just want people to see that what you're doing has some sort of value to it. So I remember at the time I was teaching, and I would spend my break times, my lunch times, I wouldn't even go to the staff room. I would just stay in the classroom. I would find an empty classroom, go on a computer, and like, I think it's Google, like there's like it's part of Google. I can't remember where it is, but there's like loads of communities there. And I was it
Google Plus?
Sorry?
Was it Google Plus?
It could be. I can't remember now. This was some time ago. But I would go there and I would just put the links. I would engage, and then I would just drop a link. That's what I was doing. Like,
I used to do something similar on Reddit. I'd post it on Reddit, yeah, just to see like what would happen.
Just to see, exactly. And but I think just overcoming it is just being consistent with what you're doing, and eventually it'll pick up. I think I remember our first video that hit 1,000 views. We was like gassed. Because our video used to get like 40 views, 50 views, and we was gassed like, yo, like that, you know, it just hit. So then, but the thing that came with our one, it was crazy because our growth happened in waves. So our first one, I think it was a Star Wars video. It was me and Joe. It was a Star Wars video, and somehow that video ended up at Lucas Studios. So now we're getting the views on YouTube. We're getting, you know, the actual actors and actresses atting at us, and writers atting at us on Twitter, and you know, it was crazy. But yeah, man, the way we overcame is just like, okay, I think that kind of gave us more. It was more of a boost because, like, yo, there's people out there seeing us. They're seeing our stuff, and it was like, all right, cool, we're onto something. And from there, we just carried on.
So yeah, I think like you touched on something important there, which is you never really know where one video can take you.
That's it.
So it could, and I kind of had a similar mindset when I started out my channel, which was like, because I was doing 6 videos a week, and I was like, you never know, this video I make today could be the video that changes my life. So Ocean, do you have a similar experience of having like a video that done something that you just didn't expect it to do?
100%. My most viral video is one that I done with my younger brother. I'm telling you, I was like this close to scrapping it. I was editing in it, and I just wasn't. I couldn't finish the edit. I was procrastinating. It took me hours and hours. I'm like, bro, I don't like this video. The audio is terrible. I'm not feeling it. And he's like, no, just put it out. Like, you just don't know. I spent so much time doing it. Just put it out, please. And I was like, all right, whatever. Put it out, and then that becomes my most viewed video on my channel. So literally, you just don't know.
Crazy. That's crazy, bro.
If I didn't put that out, then things could be very, very different right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a crazy one, man. That reminds me of there's a poster of it's like 2 guys.
I know what you're talking about. With the gem, right? Yeah. Yeah,
with the gem. And it's just like, you're just one hit away to get that biggest gem, bro. And your guy just turned around and bounced.
Yeah. I mean, do you know, it's funny because I was speaking to someone who is a musician, and they had a lot of success. Like, we're talking Mobos, and, you know, recognition. And I was helping them with their YouTube channel, and it was a catch-22 because I was telling them, look, just keep putting content out, and one you never know what one might do. And what he was saying was he doesn't want to have that mindset because he's been in the music industry for such a long time, waiting for that one hit, and it just not happening. But when I've heard that, I was like, but YouTube is a little bit different. Do you guys agree with that, or do you think that it's more of like a one-hit wonder thing, or do you think YouTube is slightly different?
I think YouTube might be slightly different.
Yeah,
I can see how that mentality can be quite bad, because if you're always just trying to swing for the big one, you could be missing out on the little. I don't want to say little ones, but the smaller ones, the smaller victories. And okay, for all, let's say on YouTube, out of 300 videos, 1 gets the millions, and none of the rest get the millions. The other 299 that are there are actually the videos that are going to turn people into actual fans and people who actually engage. You have to have those videos there for people to come back and keep watching and keep seeing what you do. If there wasn't those 299 and you just had that one hit wonder, that's a lot of traffic that's come to your channel. Some might subscribe, but then where do you move from there? Where do they go from there? What else can you show them? Then it's kind of just all lost.
Yeah, I agree with Ocean. I mean, going back to something I used to say to the guys is like, so like we had, we had like so many videos, like the audio wasn't right, there was an issue here, issue there, and I always used to tell the man that, yo, this is practice. This is practice, because when like it's taking us so long, yeah, but when we're ready, when it hits, that one video that hits, please believe that we're ready. And this is so true, because now, like last year, it was only last year we started doing panels. Bro, we take over panels. And if you didn't know us and you'd see us on the stage, you'd be like, yo, you guys been doing this for a long time. We actually have. We've just been doing these things on YouTube for so long. That was practice. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, that was just a touch on what Ocean was saying. But going back to this topic, it's like, it's completely different. It's completely different, because yes, you do have that video that, oh, Charlie bit me. That's it. But then what they did with that is that viral, they made into a merch. I remember seeing Charlie bit me t-shirts, mugs, and stuff like that. And then that's it. Like, you don't see those again. But that's more for like social media. And that's like, when you get that one tweet. Have you guys ever seen one tweet that goes viral?
Yeah.
And then the person that put that tweet was like, oh, follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, and you just see like maybe 5 likes. And it's like, why would someone follow you when you don't have the core stuff? You ain't got the material, like you were saying, Ocean. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are your basics. Those 200 videos. If you have 200 videos, if you have 200 content that you've made before, now you've given people opportunity to go and see your previous work. And now you're building up that audience, So YouTube is that. YouTube is like that one video that goes viral, that does numbers, and now people say, oh, like, I like what this guy is saying. Let me go look at his other videos. Bro, until this day, there's people that go all the way back to videos like 3-4 year old. And it's just like, man, like, you guys, I came all the way down here, you guys came a long way. So I agree, YouTube is definitely not that place.
Yeah. Ocean, you look like you're agreeing with that?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube is a place to like build up a body of content. Just the way you mentioned it, I think kind of drives it home in that it's kind of similar to like having a portfolio and then going to a job interview and being like, all right, cool, this is why I should get the job, because I've done this. So you can, I was looking actually at an interview with Marcus Brownlee. Do you guys know Marcus Brownlee?
Yeah. I watch his videos.
So he's at like, I think he's at like 10 million subscribers now. And he was saying after his first 100 videos, he had like less than, or around 70 subscribers. And now obviously he's one of probably the biggest tech reviewer in the world. And yeah, to think that
you're talking about the black brother, right?
Yeah.
That's all the text. Oh, okay.
The tech guy. Yeah. MKBHD is his YouTube channel. And so yeah, he had that body of content, like you were saying. And then you never know when a video might hit or when the algorithm might favor your channel, and people actually have that substance to go for. But I think a lot of people just give up on whatever social media platform it is. They give up because they don't see the numbers.
I mean, with people giving up here, I just feel like it's just the world we're living in. We just need stuff like social media has made a perfect world that people just want that, but they don't understand. They don't have a clue, not 1% of what we've gone through, the amount of hours we've put through, the editing that we had to go through, the research that we had to do. Like, no idea. So I remember when we started getting bare numbers, bare people would come, yeah, man. Yeah, like, I could do that. And then I know a lot of people started the YouTube, bruv. Within a month, done, finished, dusted. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you definitely got to have on your marathon shoes, like, kind of Gary Vaynerchuk says it well, and you know I've been a strong believer of it for a long time as well, which is just, you know, take off your sprinter shoes. You're going to be in this for the long haul. You know, be consistent, put those videos out. Do you have any just as a last kind of question for you guys, do you have any tips or strategies or advice to anyone who is maybe they've already started their YouTube channel and they're like, man, I need to I need to grow, or I'm trying to, this thing's just not working. What would you say to them?
I'd say, I mean, the obvious one, I know like people are probably pissed off from hearing this so many times, but it is consistency. That's like number one. Above everything, you have to be consistent. You don't have to upload every single day. But if you say, I'm going to upload twice a week, then you just got to make sure you do that every week, twice a week, no matter what. If you're going to say, okay, I only upload on Sundays, every single Sunday, upload. Like, you just have to be very, very consistent. But I'd say a few things that have helped me as well is kind of clickbaiting, but not too clickbaity. So what I mean is, like, I made sure my thumbnails are intriguing. I made sure the title is somewhat intriguing, is somewhat interesting, enough for someone to be curious and click. But you don't want to ever overpromise and underdeliver. I think that if you clickbait it too much, in the long run, it will really hurt your channel. So just make sure that whatever you're talking about, you title it in a way that it's intriguing. It doesn't give everything, but it makes you go, oh, okay, let me click that. Same with the thumbnail as well. Show something that it will make someone just stop and be like, okay, I want to click that. I want to see what's in there.
Kind of going deeper into that very quickly, like, do you have a process? Because I've seen some of your thumbnails, and I'm like, I'm always impressed.
I found my way now, because I mean, before I tried so many different thumbnails to see what works. I tried all the bright colors. Personally, for me, it's just red arrows, shock face, and a very simple title, and that works for me.
Okay.
But it won't work for everyone in every niche. You kind of have to figure it out. Yeah. It took me a long time before I figured out that worked for me. So yeah, you got to kind of figure that out for yourself.
So again, it's kind of just like putting out that content and analyzing the data, seeing what's working and putting in the work, trying different things, not being too rigid.
Yeah. Like, it will even tell you as well in your YouTube analytics what the click-through rate is of a thumbnail.
Yeah.
So let's say you upload 20 and there's a few different thumbnails, you can see what style is working and just from there go with that.
Cool. Raven, same question to you. So for someone starting out, or someone who's already got a channel and they're like, man, I'm not seeing the growth, I'm not seeing any progression, what advice would you give to them?
I would say study other YouTubers. I tell you, I think it was last week, I was on Ocean's TikTok. If there's one thing, yeah, I'm a firm believer. This is something I've learned for sports. Study, like, whatever you get into, study, dominate that. Like, yo, if I'm gonna be like the best chef, I need to go and look what successful chefs do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I always, like, and this is not just me, the other Sabiners do as well. Like, I'm looking at Ocean's thing the other day. Like, I mean, every other day, I'm pretty sure you see the likes on that. I come on your TikTok, and I'm just like, I'm trying to see what my guy is doing successfully that I can then, like, emulate, but then put my own flavor into it. There is nothing in this world that hasn't been done. Unless you was one of the first 100 people to walk on this earth, nothing you're doing now hasn't been done. Do you know what I mean? So there's only so much I, inside my own little space, can think of. So I can easily look at other content creators people are just like me who might have just woken up one day and had this idea, and I can go and look like, oh, that's a very good idea, and I can see what that person has done, emulate it, but then translate it into what my platform is about. Obviously, Ocean's about music, but I can see the way Ocean's approaching things. I can see, okay, like Ocean's on TikTok, Ocean's here, Ocean's there, and it's like, and that translates to where, you know, where successful is special on YouTube, you know. So look at other people, study, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. See what they're doing well. I mean, I've done that as well for Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person. I've only jumped on Instagram last year. I am working on growing my Instagram. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at other people that I know of, other content creators that I know of, see what they're doing well, see what they've been doing, see the kind of posts, how many times they post, what kind of posts they put out, how they engage with their community, and try to do the same thing, but Raven's way, you know? So do that and legitimately be committed. You have to be committed. Be committed. If you feel like the content that you have has value, then stick with it, believe in it, you know? And one thing that is so underrated, maybe because it's London, meet other people. That is so important. Meet other people, because my journey, and I speak on behalf of Cyber Nerds, since I've met you guys, it's a lot more enjoyable, and we get to learn from one another and just talk and, you know, build a relationship, because it's easy to feel inside this trapped bubble when you're a content creator and you just stay there. It's a lot more fun and enjoyable when you have other people around you who can support you, you can have fun with, and grow together as well.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much, man. You've shared some really great tips, some advice, your experiences. I feel like there's just a lot to take away. So kind of like the last thing I'll say is, can you tell us where kind of whoever's watching this can find your content and go and subscribe and follow? We'll start with Ocean.
You can find me on YouTube. It's literally just my name, Ocean, but you might have to type in Ocean Producer or something like that, and then I should pop up. On Instagram, it's Prodbyocean. Twitter is Prodbyocean as well. Sorry about that, but yeah, appreciate you having me on, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being on. And Raven, where can we find you, man?
My everything. That's because obviously I've got my own personal space as well for content create, where I put my own stuff. So it's Geeksensi, and across all social platforms, including YouTube. And for the Cyber Nerds is the Cyber Nerds across all platforms as well, including TikTok. We're trying to take over that as well.
Awesome. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Thanks for having me, brother.
No worries.